Rachel, you're on camera. I say you're on camera, so. It should have the proper image and name. Test 1 2, test 1 2. Test 3 4. Hello and welcome to GHN Sports. I'm Greg Gerster, and today we bring to you the Fresno Jr Monsters playing against the California Goldrush. This is the final of 4 games of our tournament play, deciding who will seed where to the championship match. Join us today as we cheer on our Fresno Monsters, who are currently warming up. The game will start here in just a few minutes. It looks like the link on that is not working. It's not necessarily thinking to go to the right thing. Yeah, that's it. So scan it. If it says Bucks, then go to the channel and find the current live. Whichever one says it's live right now, and it will be, the right one will be titled Goldrush with today's date.
Look at how legit you are. So fancy.
I tried. It's going to take you to the wrong one, but it should show you the active live underneath it. I'll have to figure out how to fix that. Apparently, I'm not supposed to be the same, but not really. So yeah, share it with everybody. That's the one that works.
Thank you so much.
Not a problem. And with that buzzer, we are at the start of the game. Coming up to the game start, both teams are gathering around their net for last-minute words of encouragement and the hoorah that starts every day. Our Fresno Monsters coming into this game with a record 2 wins, 0 losses. The Goldrush are coming in 1-on-1 on the wins and loss. In net for the Fresno Jr Monsters, we have number 32, Scarlett Gerster. In net for the California Goldrush is 49, Eli Varum. His net's a little wobbly. He's trying to fix it up before the game starts. Puck goes down and Monsters take the initial draw. Goes back to Escobar, who knocks it up the boards. Is caught by 43 of the Goldrush and brought back up. 77 Harvey comes up, takes a shot, but goes wide of the net. 25 is able to knock it back in and keep it in at the blue line. Wraps around back with Harvey again coming up against Nissincaro. And it rolls up the boards in control of White, who has it tipped away, going back towards the Monsters' net. Shot deflected by Gerster, going over to the corner. And we have an offsides. And the Monsters with it off the draw, chasing it down through center is Peterson. He collects it at the blue line, comes up, takes a shot. Oh, goes wide of the net. And wraps around back. Rocha tries to get it, but comes up the board back to Harvey. Fought off by Torres. However, Ortega is able to catch it, bring it through center, and takes a shot, but goes wide of the net. Comes back up. The Goldrush able to keep it in for a moment, but beyond with it now. Comes off the sides to 23. The Goldrush passes the 52. But he has to toss it back into his own line. Comes back up to 52. Charges towards the net. Takes a shot short side, but goes up high into the netting. Oh, against the glass, it stays in play. Correction. Goes back out to center once again. And Yoon with the puck in the center loses it to 38. Lundgren, who chips it down into the Goldrush zone. Comes around the wall, 29, passes forward to Yoon. Yoon tries to bring it through, but tipped away by the Monsters back to the Goldrush zone. Comes back around the back, rounding the corner. Goldrush are there to keep it and bring it back the other way. Yoon loses it off of his stick. Lundgren's there to take the puck, passes across towards Turner, but pass doesn't connect and makes it to the wall. Goldrush number 3, Tobin, brings it into the Monsters zone, has it knocked away by Nissincaro, who brings it behind the net and starts a charge forward. Yoon tries to knock it away from him, but can't quite get it. Nissincaro tips it forward, but too much traffic in the way. He doesn't make it through. Goldrush gets it back to the blue line before it's knocked back down deep by White. He has the control of it coming up. Can't quite get a lane, so comes behind the net. Passes to Escobar at the blue line. He passes back to White, who wraps it around the board. Tries to wrap around the boards, but Turner gets it in the corner. Passes across to Hoxie. Hoxie battling in the corner, gets it out to Escobar, who passes that Nissincaro. Takes a shot, goes wide of the net. Escobar with it at the top of the right circle, shoots and again sticked away by Varum. Comes back out to Nissincaro. He shoots, tips up off of the stick of White into the glass. Wallen passes to Escobar at the blue line, but Vander Matten takes control of it. Passes across the blue line to Yoon. Tries to pass down to his own number 7. Gets caught up in the corner. He's now being brought around the neck. Tries to stuff it in short side. And that puck is stopped by Gerster. It appears the puck is also lost by Gerster. Puck ends up being recovered from the bottom of her right pad. where it was stuck between her skate and her leg pad. Excellent stop by the Monsters. Face off to Gerster's right, blocker side. The Monsters take the draw. They wrap it around the board to try to get it out. Wallen takes possession before the blue line. Can't get it out of the zone before the Goldrush take it back. 23 tries to pass around. Sue is there to grab it. But has it poked away, knocked aside by Holderman. Oh, comes in again, kicked away by Gerster. Back to the corner. Woods comes up the wall, but has it taken away from him at the right, just past the blue line. Beyond fighting for it, knocks it out. But Yaleski is there to try to bring it forward. However, we have an offside stopping the play. Harvey and Torres in the circle. Torres knocks it back to his own team. Rocha moves it to Woods. Woods moves it back to Rocha, who passes across to Peterson. Peterson tries to knock it forward to Torres, but gets sticked away by the Goldrush. Back to the Monster zone for a Goldrush icing. This will bring our face-off to the glove side of Varon. Goes out, Beyond has it, knocks it towards the Goldrush net, tips off of the feet of Avery, and we have a Monster goal! Correction, this will have tipped off the stick of number 88, Seth Beyond, giving him credit for today's first score of the game. That puts our Monsters at a score of 0-1. Monsters in the lead at 10:17 left in the first period. Yeah. The Goldrush take that draw, moving along the side. Torin can't get it away as White knocks it back down to the Goldrush end. Rocha collecting it in the corner, but loses it to Bayou, who brings it up the wall. Malau gets it across the line, but has to knock it down deep and chase after it. The Monsters catching up first. Rocha with it in center ice, passes across to Torres. Gets ahead of Torres, he has to chase it down to the corner, is able to knock it back to Rocha at the blue line. Rocha shoots. Oh, Torres tries to tip it in, but goes wide of the net. And back to the corner. Torres is still with it, moves it over to Holderman. Holderman has it tipped away from him. The Goldrush now in control of the puck. Malau tries to pass forward, but Beyond is there to collect it just past the blue. Keeping it in center ice. He knocks it back into the zone. Malau catches it in the corner and wraps it around the boards. Hoxie there to stop it and knock it off to the side, where Turner collects it. He lobs it towards the net, not with enough steam to get there, though, so the Goldrush are able to try to get it back out of their zone. Tobin passes across to Avery. Gets it to Van der Maten, but he loses it at the Monsters blue. It gets knocked back down through center. Goldrush 8 catches it. Angel chips it up and in. Bounces off of the Monster goalie. Is scrambled by the side of the net. They try to knock it in again, but can't get it to the net, in front of the net, and is knocked away by the Monsters with Ray catching up to it in center ice. He brings it in, top of the right circle. Has to spin around and tries to pass to Lundgren. Pass doesn't collect, so we now have 52. Yoon with the puck comes in at the top of the Monsters end circle. Tipped away by Ray, stolen by Esquivel, brought forward. Esquivel crosses the blue line, comes to the top of the left circle, tries to shoot but knocked away by Angel, and cleared from the zone by Goldrush 21. Monsters 19 collects it, brings it back around the net, passing along the wall up to Wallen. Wallen chips it forward to White, who gets met by the Goldrush, and it's knocked back down to the Monsters' end. From behind the net, Turner passes up towards Woods. Woods can't connect and gets knocked back. White recollects the puck, trying to bring it forward, but has to pass back down along the boards behind the net. Escobar chips up along the sideboards to the Goldrush zone, and this will result in a Monsters icing. Goldrush with the win off of this draw. Try to wrap it around, comes to the corner of the net, but kicked away by Gerster. Stays outside into the other corner. Pass back along, or Escobar chasing. Collides with the Goldrush in the corner, knocks it up, the board gets out. Almost get a shot off by number 7, the Goldrush, but pushed away by a Monster back to the corner. Now running up the board, we have Woods trying to get it, but knocked back down with Escobar along the wall. He passes up to Woods. Bounces off Woods' stick. Roach manages to get it. Knocks it towards the Goldrush net where it goes straight up in the air. Comes back out, and with a rebound, we have it knocked in by number 7, Austin Wallen. That is Monsters goal number 2 by number 7, Austin Wallen. Bringing us to the score 0-2. Monsters still in the lead. 6:43 left in the first period. Goldrush with the initial win on that draw, but the Monsters quickly take control. Roach bringing it off of the boards, top of the circle, shoots, bounces off the pads of Varon, goes to the corner where again we now have Peterson with it. Peterson shoots it towards the net, and we have another Monsters goal by number 5, Nick Peterson. This will again up our score 0-3 in favor of the Monsters at 6:26. I was just telling him that I had to change the YouTube stuff because I noticed he wasn't watching anymore. So if he needed to resend the link. Well, he was sending it to something. Let me see real quick. I know. No. Okay. Yeah. Face off at the center circle, we have number 37, Garrett Vandermetten, against Aiden Torres, 12 for the Monsters. Goldrush win this draw. Peterson tried to chase it down but couldn't catch it ahead of them. Vandermetten now bringing it in. Takes a slow shot towards the net where Gerster is easily able to stop it with her left pad and cover it up to stop that action. Shot off towards goal again, knocked away. And Torres catches it in the center circle. Peterson now with it at the top of the circle. Shoots and deflects off the left pad of Varon, going to the corner. Monsters try to grab the rebound, lose it to the Goldrush, where they end up knocking up the wall and into center ice, where 24 of the Monsters is able to get it. Passes it across to Peterson. Peterson shoots from just past the blue line, but doesn't make it through. Thompson with it behind the net, tries to pass up the boards. And we now have Vandermountain with it, coming into the Monsters zone. Crosses the blue line, chased by Bion, and knocked away. Monsters try to clear it out of their zone, but can't quite get it out. Oh, and Vandermountain again with the puck, but we have an offsides. That appears to have been more than an offsides. We have a dual penalty. .38 Owen Lundgren for the Monsters is in the box alongside number 21 Lucas Tome for the Goldrush. Still continuing with 5-on-5 hockey. Escobar behind his own net, tries to pass it forward, but the Goldrush intercept that pass. White steals it away, charging through center, coming up the top of the slot, tries to shoot, but number 43 is able to block that. Vandermountain collects it, brings it up, and through the center ice. Is able to get into the Monster zone, but we have a whistle stopping play and a late hit by our captain, Austin Wallen. This will result in a penalty, sending Wallen to the box and giving the Goldrush a power play opportunity to try to creep that score closer together. The Goldrush on the power play. This will give us our first PK opportunity for the Monsters. Have a shot on goal, kicked away by the pads of Gerster to the corner. Monsters get it up and out, almost clearing the zone, but not quite. Goldrush able to keep it in. Wraps around the board, so Ortega tries to pass it forward to Yoon. But before Yoon can do anything with it, we've got a whistle blowing the play dead. We now have 77, Everett Harvey going to the box for the Goldrush. And this will even the strength of both teams on the ice to 4-on-4. Well, a minute 42 of 4-on-4 hockey, and the Monsters will then have 18 seconds of power play to try to bring their score up a little bit higher. Face off to Barron's right. Monsters take this one. Escobar passing down around the board to Peterson. Peterson initially loses it, recollects, and passes back. Goldrush is able to knock away. Peterson gets it in the bottom of the circle, shoots, but bounces off the pads of Varon, where the Goldrush are able to take it through center ice. Tobin tips it into the Monster zone, chasing it down to the corner. But it's taken away by Nissen Carroll, who charges up through center, but can't quite get across the blue line before it's tipped away by Stein. However, the Monsters grab it almost immediately to bring it into center. Nissen Carroll again with it on the far side. Passes across to Rocha. Rocha passes it back across to Escobar, who catches the bounce off the board and brings it around. Passes up to Peterson in front of the net, who shoots but bounces off the pads of Varon. Peterson with the puck again at the bottom of the slot. He shoots, tip knocks up and over the net into the glass. Escobar again with the puck. Passes back to Rocha. Rocha comes in close, shoots short side, but bounces off the side of the net. The net is dislodged, so a whistle stops the play. .36 seconds left in the penalty to Wallen, after which we will have just a brief period of 5-on-4 for the Monsters. White takes the face-off win. Goes back to White, who shoots but goes wide into the corner. Woods fighting for the puck, gets it out to White. Goes back to Woods, back to White. Oh, gets away with it and brings it around. Passes to Beyond on the right side. Who passes the White, who shoots and goes off the pads of Varon to the corner. Free puck. With Woods getting to it first. Tries the pass in front of the net, but White wasn't there to knock it in. Goes back to the corner. Woods now with it at the top. Shoots, but goes wide. And comes back around. Holderman now has the puck. Shoots! Goes wide of the net once more. Goes up the boards again to Holderman, who passes back down to Woods, who misses and goes around the board. White gets it behind the net, tries to launch it up, but whistle blows the play dead. Both teams back at full strength. We have 5-on-5, 2:36 left in the first period. Face-off will be on the blocker side of Varon. We have Zhang for the Goldrush and Peterson for the Monsters at the dot. Peterson takes that draw. Roach now with the puck, coming back to the line, passes across to Beyond. Beyond to Holderman. Holderman moves it forward to White, who comes back to Holderman, who shoots! And glove save by Varon. Doesn't let that get by him. Eli Varon has faced quite a bit of heat from the Monsters so far, only letting 3 by. He's able to keep it up. He might let his team even this score out. Oh. Right off the face-off, Monsters take it. Torres comes in and tries to knock it in, chips up and into the glove of Varon, who again stops the puck. We also have the net dislodged from his moorings once more. And face-off will again come to the right side of Varon. Monsters take the draw, but it gets knocked away. Tobin tries to collect the puck. Has to chase it to the corner, is able to knock it out and clear through center ice. Beyond catches up to it first, knocks it back down, where Torres stops the momentum, but Tobin is there to take it away from him and bring it back to the Monsters' territory. Tries to pass back, intercepted by Rocha, who passes across to Beyond, who tries to pass back to Holderman, but the pass gets deflected away. Comes back to the zone where Rocha once again collects the puck and starts the forward momentum towards the Goldrush net. Shoots from the top of the left circle, sticked up and out, up and away by Varon. Comes back down and stays in play. Up along the boards, Tobin brings it, but gets knocked away from him back to his own corner. Angelo is able to get it and knock it away back to the Monster zone, clearing it down, but resulting in an icing for the Goldrush. Minute 19 left in the first period. Score is 0-3 in favor of the Monsters. Monsters take this face off. White with it, passes across, but loses it to the Goldrush. Turner's able to take it away and then launches it backwards, but is intercepted by Angel, who tries to bring it forward. 25 bringing it to the center, but loses it to Lundgren, who chips it back to the Goldrush territory. And we have 1 minute remaining in the first period. Puck trapped in the corner. Goldrush get it out, knock it down the boards, but Escobel's there to stop the momentum before it connects at the zone. Tries to keep it in, but crosses the line. Where Lundgren is able to bring it around, pass it down, but ends up with an icing against the Monsters. 43.1 seconds left in the first period. Face-off is coming to Gerster's left. 34 White and 77 Harvey at the dot. And the Goldrush takes the face-off. Passes back to Yoon. Yoon shoots forward, but gets caught up in traffic, doesn't get through to the net. Comes out to the sidewall. Nissenkaro's able to knock it away, but can't clear the zone. Manages to get it out, and we now have Woods bringing the puck forward. Moves it back over to Rocha, who kicks it forward. Loose puck out to the corner. Collected by a Goldrush, but White collides with him behind the net, knocking it free again. Rocha knocks it back to White. Battle for the puck. Gets pretty severe, but knocked away and collected by 67 of the Goldrush, but chipped up and over to the other wall. Vandermountain tries to take it up, but gets impacted by a monster. Harvey almost gets it out, but Woods takes it away, comes to the circle, and before he can get a shot off, the buzzer goes to end the period. Barron still able to stop the shot that would have come through anyway. That brings us to our first intermission. Well, this intermission report is brought to you by Gueston Hockey Equipment. When your kid wants to play hockey, but you're not sure he'll stick with it, why get him the best when you can get him the worst? And Gueston Pads. When you need something, but it doesn't matter. Gueston Pads is a figment of Gerster's imagination. With that, our game is now through the first period. We're at the first intermission mark. Score is 0-3 in favor of the Monsters. We've had multiple goals by multiple people in this. The Goldrush has managed to put up a bit of a fight, but needs to strengthen their defense and spend more time in the Monsters' offensive zone, where the Monsters are having the exact opposite for them. They're spending lots of time in the Goldrush zone, trying to get those pucks towards the net quite frequently, and have managed to connect quite a few. Lots of good looks. With the Goldrush, they need to strengthen that defense, but also get it down into the Monster zone, keep it there, and get some more pucks towards their net if they want to try to even this score. And with that buzzer, it brings us to the start of the second period. Again, 0-3 in favor of the Monsters. Goldrush still has 30 minutes of hockey left to bring that score closer and try to surpass. Number 32, Scarlett Gerster, makes her way down to the net. With the Monsters collecting in the center ice. Goldrush taking a little bit longer to get themselves running. We now have 49, Eli Varon making his way towards his net. Gerster banging the pipes, singing the song to say she's ready to go. White and Harvey at the center dot again. Goldrush shake the puck out of this face-off and bring it forward. Ortega tries to get it towards the net, but has it poked away from him. Escobar now with it, bringing it up. He passes over to Woods. Woods moves it backwards to Nissenkaro, who passes it along the boards and up to White. Tips off of White's stick, but he doesn't stop it, so it makes its way down to the Goldrush zone without anybody in control. Fairclough chased it and knocked it around, but Nissenkaro again with control of the puck away from him. Brings it around the back of the net. As it knocked away from him. And Ortega now bringing it forward towards the Monsters' net. He shoots, but goes high and wide of the net, bouncing off the back wall. They chase it in, but Nissenkaro's there to keep it away from the Goldrush. Passes it up the boards, and we now have, no icing. Varon playing the puck behind his net, passes it up to 52 Yoon, who passes it back around the boards. No one there to receive it. Wallen catches the puck and moves it up to Holderman. A correction to Nissenkaro, who passes it back around, but Yoon is there again. Yoon passes to Harvey, who has to chase it down. Knocks it back, but Nissenkaro is there to grab the puck and bring it around the back of his net, passing up the boards, where Yoon stops it from exiting the zone and knocks it back. Escobar grabs it in the corner, brings it around. Passes up the boards, but no Monster there to receive. Ortega again with it. Tries again, but knocked away by Escobar. And Nissenkaro knocks it down towards Woods in the center. Woods has to chase it. But Fairclough is there to give him a fight for it and knocks it away. We again have Ortega with the puck. Bringing it through center. Passes through the feet of Wallen. Where 37, Vandermountain gets it. Shot towards the net. Pad saved by Gerster. Knocked to the corner. Monsters trying to clear the zone. Get it out. Wallen knocks it up, but 8 is there for the Goldrush to get it and try to pass it back down. Peterson gets in the way, passes across to Rocha, who shoots but misses that net. Sending it up and out of play. Goldrush pass up along the boards. Doesn't make it out of the center zone. Comes back towards the Monsters zone. Beyond with it at the line. Knocks it back to Peterson. Peterson passes down to White. Yeah, because it's working when I pull it up. Peterson with a puck behind the net, passes up to Torres, who shoots, deflects up and over off the pads of Varon. Goldrush able to collect that rebound. But Tobin has it at the wall, tries to pass it forward, but too many Monsters in the way, so Rocha takes it. Comes to the top of the slot, over to the circle. Shoots it, tries to shoot from the wall, but Tobin gets in the way, so he keeps the puck and moves behind the net. Again in the corner, a little battle for it. And it comes out with Torres. Torres shoots, goes off the shoulder of Varon. Up to the other corner. Comes around the center where Holderman has it for a second before it's taken away by 37 of the Goldrush. They shoot, bounces off the right pad of Gerster to the wall. Beyond knocks it away, and Torres collects it to bring it forward. Taken off his stick by the Goldrush, but Woods is there. Beyond is there to bring it in. He shoots. Oh, bounces off of Angel and is able to be gloved away by Varon. Comes up again towards the Monsters zone, where it is knocked back down towards the blue line and into center. A slow roll with the puck as Rocha tries to bring it up. Gets it knocked away and taken by 23 of the Goldrush. He passes to Tobin. It gets knocked away from him back to the Goldrush corner. Yoon now with the puck. It's behind his neck and instead decides to bring it up. Passes to 23. He passes to Avery. Doesn't connect, but catches it on the bounce off the wall and knocks it up and down the ice. Takes it into the Monster zone with Ortega. Ortega passing across to Volansky, who passes back to Yoon. Yoon bounces it off the wall to 23, who knocks it forward to nobody, and the Monsters chase it to the corner. Beyond has it and passes forward to White, or to Holderman, correction. Tries to move it forward, but meets some company and knocks it out to the side. Turner able to grab the puck, passes back to Beyond, who wasn't ready, so it makes its way slowly behind the Monsters' net. Beyond catches it, knocks it up the boards, but Yoon is there to grab it in his own end. Oh, and Lundgren with the puck now, moves it to the corner. Kicks it out behind the net. Hoxie with the puck. Knocks it back to Turner. Turner can't keep it on his stick, knocked away by the Goldrush, but goes to Holderman at the top of the slot. He shoots, gets caught up in the pads of Varon, where he cannot stop it completely, and it rolls back across the line. Varon is calling for no goal on this one. Rolled back on his tush, went in the net. Will this count? I don't know. That appeared to go in fairly. The whistle was not blown before he fell back and it rolled across the line, but will the refs allow this through? The players are lining up for a face-off to Varon's right, so it appears this will be a no-goal. Score remains 0-3 for the Monsters. Goldrush take this draw, goes up to the wall, and Nissinkaro chasing it, gets knocked back into center ice by the Goldrush. White is there to grab it and bring it back forward. Chipping it forward, almost taking a piece out of the ref. Woods now with it in center ice. Brings it into the Goldrush zone, but is knocked from his feet and loses the puck. 77 has it, moves it across to Angel, who knocks it back to Avery. Avery gets it down around the boards, where number 67 is able to try to clear it, and gets it down the boards. Moves up to Angel, goes to center ice, where Nissinkaro received it, but a whistle blew the play dead. Seems like not everybody got the message, so a little play was still going on, but they've managed to stop it now. Both teams getting some changes as we get ready to resume play. We have a penalty to number 77, Everett Harvey, on the Goldrush. This will again give the Monsters a power play opportunity. We have Whitenstein at the center dot. Looks like the Goldrush comes out on top of this one, but the Monsters quickly take control of the puck. Battle in the corner. They get it up to Nissinkaro. He comes almost to the top of the slot, shoots it up, hits the top bar, comes down. Puck is still in front of Varon. Oh, and cleared out by his team. Woods has it, moves it over again to Nissinkaro, who charges around. Shot short side, bounces off the blocker of Varon. And Goldrush is able to get it out from in front of the net, but cannot get it out of the zone. Bilal is able to launch it to center ice, but quickly gets brought back down. Peterson now with the puck coming in. Short side, passes up in front to Rocha, but he can't get a stick on it to take a shot. Again goes behind the net, passes up to Beyond. Beyond can't connect with the pass, it goes to center ice. 21 of the Goldrush has a breakaway, takes a shot. Oh, stick save, knocked away by Gerster. Now being brought back up by Woods. He gets it across the line, but the Goldrush quickly grab the puck and clear the zone again. Beyond catches up with it, knocks it down to Peterson at the wall. He tips it up into the center ice, but the Goldrush are able to take control. Bilal now with it, clears it out of their zone to center. Yun knocks it down. Ortega now with the puck in the corner. He has it taken away by Beyond. Beyond passes brings it forward, gets the center and passes over to Rocha. Doesn't quite connect, gets tipped up and out of play into the Monsters bench. Goldrush with a breakaway opportunity on that last progression. Almost had a good shot in, but Gerster was able to get in the way and kick that aside, showing impressive movement on her part. Rocha with the puck off of that face-off. Comes in along the boards. Goldrush tried to knock it away, but Torres is able to bring it around. Gets in front, takes a backhanded shot, but is stopped by the pads of Varon. Cleared out from in front of the net by his team. We now have 21. Tome brings it and clears it from the zone, shooting towards the net, but doesn't make it just wide. Makes it just wide. Nissinkaro again, bringing the puck up through center. Oh, gets into the slot, loses footing, falls to his butt, and the Goldrush are able to clear out the puck back down to the Monsters zone again. Beyond with the puck, moves it over to Rocha in the corner. Rocha behind his net, giving his team a chance to reset. And he launches it forward, but gets caught up by Yun in the center. Yun passes to Fairclough and tries to move it forward. Rocha again takes the puck, brings it in. Oh, can't get a shot off before he loses his feet. Goes towards the net and is covered up by Varon to give the Goldrush a breather. We have some aggressive whistles, and it appears we now have a penalty on number 11, Jamo Rocha. At 6:02 left in the second period, the Gold Rush find themselves on a power play and have an opportunity to try to close the gap in that score. We will once again have to see the PK power of the Fresno Monsters. We've got Zhang and Torres at the dot. Gold Rush initially taking the draw on that one, but Lundgren grabbing control of the puck. Brings it around, gets to the front of the net for a second, but padded, kicked away. We now have Ortega bringing the puck forward. Tries to move it to Tobin, but gets knocked back. Lau is able to bring it in. Passes the Tobin, gets knocked back again. Yoon with it. Oh, Tobin with it, correction. Takes a shot, doesn't make it through traffic. Angel now with the puck. And we have an offsides. White and Zhang at the dot. Monsters take that draw. And we have Woods bringing it forward. Gets the puck initially taken away. White comes out of the battle with it. Passes across to Wallen. Wallen takes it to the corner and around the back. Loses it as it floats free to the corner, and the Gold Rush is able to grab it and bring it up. Wide with it at the wall on the blue line. Passes it around. Wallen trying to grab it in the corner, but Woods ends up with it. Passes to Wallen. Wallen takes a backhand shot. Bounces off the pad and stick of Varen. Wallen gets it again around back. Passes up to Beyond. Beyond to Wallen. Below gets a little bit of commotion in front. Gold Rush tried to clear the zone, kept in by Woods, only to be a moment later chipped out and down. Olderman had it for a second, knocked it down, and the Gold Rush are able to push Woods down back into the Monsters zone along the wall with it. Woods ends up breaking away with it, getting it out, but Stein is there to knock it back down. Woods has it in his own zone, passes across to Holderman. Holderman tries to pass up, but Harvey deflects that pass. Holderman has to grab the puck and take it back behind his own net, where he stops and tries to pass forward. Torres ends up with it, bringing it through center ice. Gets caught up in the feet of the Gold Rush, and he loses momentum. However, he catches it again in the left circle, takes a shot but deflects up and over. Torres again with it behind the net, passes up to Peterson. Peterson shoots! Oh, doesn't make it through traffic. Beyond now with it at the line. Takes a shot, goes through traffic, and makes it to the back of the net. That will be another Monster goal by number 88, Seth Beyond. At 3:29 left in the second period, the score is now 0-4 in favor of the Monsters. Zhang and Torres at the center ice, ready for the face-off. And the Monsters take that draw. Peterson bringing it down towards the Gold Rush net. He shoots, goes off the chest of Varen into the corner. Battle for the puck behind the net. Comes out, passes down towards Beyond, but misses him, gliding down into the Monster zone. Holderman gets the puck, brings it back around. Passes around Avery to Torres, who brings it up the wall. Gets across the blind, but the Gold Rush knock it back. Peterson there to catch that and brings it forward. And we have a whistle offsides. Lundgren and Zhang, with Lundgren taking the face-off. Gets out, comes to Peterson from the top of the circle, shoots but goes wide on the short, and comes around the boards. Beyond and Su chasing it down through the center. Beyond with it, passes out to Lundgren. Lundgren wraps around, but has some competition from the Goldrush. They get it out, passes over to Tobin. Tobin can't get it off his stick before Turner knocks him away. Ends up coming down around the boards, across the back. Peterson with the puck. It's collided into by Avery, and the puck makes its way towards the Monsters' net, easily moved away. Peterson now bringing it up the wall. Comes in the circle. He passes across. Oh, Turner wasn't there to pass it, to knock it in. At the blue line, Lundgren's stick gets caught up in the Goldrush Walensky, who kept it trapped under his arm, and that will give him that will result in a Monster penalty. It's going to be that will be a penalty to 17 Andrew Turner for hooking. The Goldrush once again find themselves in a power play opportunity, a chance to try to close the scoring gap. Monsters take the draw to Gerster's right, and attempt to clear the zone. Gets caught up in Yoon at the blue line and makes it out of the zone under Goldrush control, but is brought back in by Yoon. Yoon passes across to 37. He loses it off of his stick to Wallen, but quickly is regained by Harvey. Harvey passes down along the boards, but Turner is there, Escobar is there to knock it back down out of zone. Varon comes out to stop the puck, to slow down the puck, so Yoon can get it in the corner, tries to pass it up the wall. Lundgren knocks it back down, where Yoon is again forced to grab it and try to pass along the wall, but is stopped once again, with Yoon taking it behind the net. Yoon brings it out and starts forward. Passes to Tobin. Tobin wobbles the blue line, resulting in an offside. Monsters come out on top of that face-off and clear the zone. Varon comes behind his net to stop the puck and pass out to Yoon. Yoon moves it to Angel. Angel tries to bring it through, but it's knocked away by Woods, who takes over control of the puck and brings it back the other direction. Woods gets caught up in the board with a battle for the puck. Comes out victorious to the other side. Passes to Nissan Caro, who touches it off the stick. Woods getting it again, but loses it to Tobin as he brings it back through. Correction to Ortega. Ortega chases it, but Nissan Caro now with the control. Wraps around, brings it up the sidewall. Comes out, tries to pass across, no one there to receive, but except the Goldrush. He's able to come in, take it away again. Woods now with it at the top of the slot, has it pushed off of his stick, where Zhang is able to get the puck and bring it back in the Monsters' net direction. He takes a long shot, goes wide of the net, and that buzzer ends the second period. At the end of this second period, the score is 0-4 in favor of the Monsters. We see a pretty wide deficit for the Goldrush to overcome. They still have 15 minutes to do so. And while we all know it's not likely, it's not impossible. So if they keep themselves in the game and try hard, they may still be able to pull this one together. Remember, this intermission is sponsored and brought to you by the Crap Shot Hockey Plunger. Do you have a puck clogging your 5-hole? Get it to the back of that net with your crap shot. Who do you think is going to score the next Monster goal?
I was going to say Peterson, but the Monsters.
No, which player? Do. Pick your son,
But he's not out. Oh, he is out. Nicholas.
Who do you think is going to score the next goal?
Number 5, obviously.
Who do you think is going to score the next goal?
Fresno.
No, which player?
Ooh. Layla Hoxie.
Excellent. And who do you think is going to get us the next point on the board?
The Lean and Scream Hockey Mom team. Our screaming's going to lead to another goal.
I'll accept that. She says it's the parents cheering that's going to get us that next goal. I have to say I agree. Do you? Who do you think is going to win the next goal?
Oh, I don't know. Someone on Fresno.
I agree. Who do you think is going to stop the next shot?
I think Gerster's on top of it.
Excellent. And with that, a play is back in action at the beginning of the third period. Goldrush bringing it around the back of the net. You have it tipped off their stick. Torres now with it. Moves it forward to Peterson. Peterson tries to pass it back out, but goes a little bit wide of his player. So Ray clicks it at the blue line. Knocked away from him by 67 of the Goldrush, who brings it forward in the Monsters zone. Tries to take a shot, but goes a little bit too narrow of the net. Monsters are able to wrap it around the boards, trying to clear the zone, but Bilal is able to get it and take another shot. Still goes wide of the net. Walensky had it for a second, trying to bring it around, but is knocked away by Peterson. And chipped up and down back into the Monsters zone. Carroll with it at the blue. Passes it down to Peterson. Peterson has it. Oh, gets tripped up by 23. And we have a penalty to the California Goldrush. This will be a tripping call against 23, Alexander Walensky. We now have the Monsters on a power play, an opportunity to stretch their lead out a little bit farther, potentially taking it from a gap to a little bit more of a canyon. Goldrush take this face-off, but play is blown dead pretty quickly. .34 White and 21 Tome in the center circle for the Monsters. White gets booted and Wallen is brought in. And that draw goes to the Monsters. Pass back to beyond the blue line. He moves it across to Rocha. Oh, takes a shot, doesn't make it through traffic though. Barron never has to look at it. Passed up along the boards back to Beyond. Beyond tries to move it forward but misses his player, and Yoon has it, clearing the zone down towards the Monsters net. Rocha grabs the puck and launches it back towards Woods. Goes down for an icing against the Monsters. Minute 33 left in the penalty to the Goldrush. Faceoff will be to Gerster's left. And White comes out on top of that faceoff. It passes forward to Wallen, who charges through center. Yoon is able to get it away from him and clear the zone, forcing Rocha to come back to grab the puck and bring it back in the direction of the Goldrush net. Rocha brings it through center, crossing the line into the Goldrush zone. Moves it back to Woods. Woods loses it off of his stick to Tobin. Tobin tries to clear but can't get it out. Instead, decides to bring it himself. He gets it around but cannot get the puck around beyond before he loses it to the corner. Another battle in the corner. Gets in front, but a shot knocked away by Gerster. And again, a shot by Angel from the blue line goes far wide of the net. And a battle in the corner. Try to move up the boards. Wallen now with it. Passes to Rocha at the center line. Rocha comes in. Tries to take a shot, can't get a clear lane. Ends up getting it off of his stick and goes top shelf on Varon. I think he may have knocked that jar of peanut butter over. This will be another goal to number 11, Jamo Rocha of the Fresno Monsters. If I've kept counting correctly, I believe that is 3 for him and gives him his second hat trick in a row. Harvey and Torres in the center. Goldrush takes that draw. Allow with it against the wall. As it knocked away from him by Turner. Comes up and in. A shot taken and bounced off of the pads of Varon. Again gets knocked across but doesn't quite make it into the net. Goes to the other corner. Torres passes over to Holderman. Holderman shoots and is swallowed up by Varon, stopping that one from getting in. That one gets out to Turner, passes back to Holderman, who launches it back forward to Turner. Comes out to Avery in the corner, who passes it back around along the boards. Puck ends up coming to Holderman, who knocks it away to Beyond. Beyond knocks it back down to keep it in the zone, but it's taken out by the Goldrush and knocked into the Monsters zone. Puck comes up the wall. Progress is stopped by Balau, who gets it back to Thompson. Thompson tries to get it away, but Holderman is there to collect the puck and bring it back down, knocking it to the Goldrush end. Knocked back forward by Angel, but Turner is there to keep it down. Peterson now with it at the side of the net. Takes a shot, bounces off the pad of Varon. 29 passes across, doesn't make it to its intended target. The Monsters have control again. Comes across to Turner, rolls off his stick. Thompson now with it. Thompson passes back down along the boards to Avery. Avery knocks it back again to 8, who launches it forward. Ortega chases it down, but can't keep it away from the Monsters. Free puck now rolls down to Peterson. Peterson tips it back to Beyond. Beyond has it knocked away from him, but regains control, swinging around into his zone. Goes across to Holderman, who brings it forward through center ice. He has to chip it in and chase down. Catching up with it again behind the net, but Yoon is able to take it away. Yoon passes over to the boards towards Ortega. Ortega catches the bounce. From the top of the left circle, tries to take a shot, bounces off of traffic, comes back towards him, takes another shot, stopped by Beyond, and goes to the corner. He wraps it up the board, kept in zone by Ortega. Tobin had it for a second, was knocked off his feet, and lost control of the puck. We had a little bit of a tangle up in front of the net. Looked like it might have been a scuffle, but it wasn't. They were just hugging each other as they fell. However, from that engagement, Tobin, number 3. I appear to have been using the wrong name for number 3. On my roster, it's listed as William Zhang. However, I have a Tobin. I don't have him on my roster, so I don't know his first name. but penalty to number 3, Tobin. Whistle initially for the puck going out of play into the Monsters bench. Looks like a penalty was drawn from the collision in front between Tobin, and it looked like possible, and I couldn't see the Monster player. This will again put the Monsters on a 2-minute power play. Face-off will be to Varen's left. We're going to have number 7, Brody Ortega, for the California Goldrush. And Tobin appears to be ejected from the game. He's leaving the ice and making his way to the locker room. His penalty will be served instead by 67, Jonas Stein. Monsters now with the puck behind the net. Comes up, trying to stuff it in the corner, but doesn't quite make it through. Knocked forward by Varen, and then cleared from the zone by the Goldrush. Rocha with the puck in his own end. Passes forward to Woods. Gets a little ahead of Woods. He has to chase it down, and Angel is able to knock it away from him. White, however, gets it, tries to bring it across the blue line, but again cleared down by the Goldrush, with Rocha grabbing it in the circle off to Gerster's right. Rocha moves it forward, passing to Woods. Woods crosses the line, top of the circle, takes a shot, but goes wide of the net. Wallen catches it at the wall, passes back to Rocha. Rocha again shoots, but gets caught up in the feet of 23. Bounces up off the glass on that one. Ortega knocking it to the corner. Woods chases it down, catches, passes to Nisencaro. Nisencaro passes to Wallen. Wallen comes up, he shoots, goes high of the net, bounces off the glass, coming up the boards to Woods. Woods moves it back to Nisencaro. Nisencaro to Rocha. Rocha at the top of the circle, at center circle, shoots, and is swallowed up by Varen, who again falls to his back, having successfully stopped that puck from making it in. No, they stopped it. 45 seconds left to the penalty on number 3. We have another penalty jumping on the board for number 23. 23, Alexander Volinsky has now grabbed the penalty. Oh, we did get one. It appears that was indeed a good goal, bringing the Monsters to a score of 6. Penalty for that one. For that play, we'll go to 23 again. Alexander Volinsky, and the Monsters will remain on power play for another 2 minutes. We have 8:09 left in the third period. Score is 0-6, again in favor of the Monsters. Having just got a goal on a power play, they immediately roll into a second power opportunity. We appear to have looks like we have a timeout for the Goldrush as they get their collective heads together to see how to approach this PK. Appears to be quite the lengthy discussion at the Goldrush bench. The refs have now blown a whistle saying we need to get the show on the road. Garrett Vandermunten, number 37 of the Goldrush, comes to the center circle, along with Aiden Torres, number 12 of the Monsters. Goldrush take this draw. Puck going back to Yoon. Yoon loses it to Peterson, and then continues the battle along the boards. Yun comes out on top, knocking it forward to 37, Vandermotten, who comes in. Not able to get a shooting lane. He tries to pass along the boards, but the Monsters are there to get control of the puck and bring it back the other direction. Rocha coming up to the blue line. Goldrush trying to get it away from Rocha, but he comes in, he shoots, bounces off the pads of Varon, comes into the side and is knocked in by Nick Peterson for another Monster goal. That brings us to a score 0-7, continuing the lead for the Monsters. We are at 7:28 in the third period. At this point, due to the gap and differential in points, the clock will continue running. Vandermotten and Torres again to the center circle. And the Gold Rush again take this draw. Goes back to Walensky. Walensky passes forward to Vandermotten. Makes its way to Tobin. Tobin shoots and gets knocked out, stopped by the stick of Gerster and covered up. No one seems to have won that face-off. The puck stood there while they looked around. Monsters realized it first, took it out, and we now have Beyond coming up the ice. He shoots, it goes high and wide of the net. Escobar now with it at the blue line. Knocks it into the corner, where Walensky's able to get it. Passes up to 14. And Vandermotten with it now. Passes across to 67. Stein tries to move it up the boards. 37 now with it, comes in across the side. Can't keep it on his puck, is taken away by Beyond. Decides to continue to fight for it, and can't quite get away. Makes it in front of the Monsters' net, but cleared out by White. Can't get it out of the zone, though. It gets knocked back in. White has to circle around with it, and he now passes forward to Woods. Bounces off the wall to 25. He gets it back down to the Monsters' zone. Escobar with it behind the net. Ortega tries to come say hello and take it away, but Escobar is able to wrap around and knock it down into center ice. Brought back into the Monster zone by the Gold Rush, but got to first by the Monsters. Comes back up along the boards, where Turner collects it, comes in, passes across the wall, and who takes a shot, but gets caught up in the traffic and knocked away. Behind the net, brought forward by the Gold Rush. We now have a 21. Charging forward, loses it to Woods. Woods loses it, but Wallen is there Turner's there to try to bring it back. Ortega now has it in the center ice, comes in, takes a high shot towards the net, but goes up and over. Gold Rush keep it in the Monster zone. A backhanded shot towards the net is stopped by Peterson. Brought forward again. Turner with it. Tries to get it through center ice, but Ortega has it and tries to get it back down. Wallen stops it before it connects at neutral ice and gets it down to the Gold Rush territory, where Ortega again catches and releases, shooting it to the far corner. Escobar with the puck behind his own net. Passes it across to Beyond. Beyond back to Escobar. Escobar launches it towards Rocha. Rocha has some competition, but manages to get it into center ice. Has to wrap back around to his own zone. Passes towards Beyond, but knocks off of Harvey. Goes back to Turner, to Escobar, who knocks it to center. Yoon with the puck. Has it tipped away from him. Harvey tries to grab it, but can't quite keep it away. Beyond tries to move it forward, gets tipped back down to Gold Rush in by Turner, where Varon stops it and knocks it over to you. 3:45 left in the third period. Yoon with it behind his net, passes to Angel. Angel moves to Thompson. Thompson back across to Yoon. Yoon gets it back to Ortega. Can't keep it on his stick, so it free floats down for a Gold Rush icing. Face-off will come to Varen's left. 3 minutes left in the third period and counting. Oh, Torres gets tripped up on that one. And the Goldrush come away with the puck. Yun coming down. Torres can't quite get across the blue line. Managed to get it over, but Lundgren immediately catches the puck and takes it away. He spins around, passes forward to Torres. Torres comes in, comes down through the slot, but passes over to Peterson. Peterson at the bottom of the slot has it tipped away and knocked off by Valinsky. Holderman now with it at center ice. Chips it up. Oh, knocks into the head of Thompson, but stays down in center. Holderman again with it. Passes to Peterson. Peterson launches it towards the net, but bounces off a Goldrush and goes to the far wall instead of the net. Comes back to Nissen-Caro again in center. Swoops down into his own end, trying to keep it away from Vandermountain. Goes up to Holderman, who knocks it forward into the Goldrush end. The Goldrush are able to tip it back away, but Nissen-Caro catches it against the wall in the center. Vandermountain has the puck now. Gets it out to Thompson. Thompson tries to get it into zone, but loses it to Lundgren. Puck holds by itself, and then as Lundgren catches it in center, we have a whistle stopping the play. Minute 30 left in the third period. And with that stop and play, it's going to bring our face-off down the glove side of Gerster. We also have a 2-minute penalty against number 38 for the Monsters. That will be Owen Lundgren. We have 1 minute remaining in the third period. Puck comes in, Gerster blockers it away, it keeps it out. Goldrush again trying to keep it in zone. Bilal takes a shot towards the net, but bounces off a traffic and goes wide into the corner. Comes up, Yoon keeps it in the zone. Moves it over to Stein. Stein can't keep it in, bounces out through center. Woods catches it in the Goldrush zone. Taken away by Goldrush, who knocks it down and clears it through center. Puck moves over to Woods again. He passes to Nissen-Caro. He passes up towards Lundgren, who has to chase it. 20 seconds left. Lundgren comes in, passes in front wall and tries to tip it in, but doesn't get it to the back of the net. Comes out to the corner. Holderman with it on the side. 9 seconds. Comes out to center. Bilal with it in the center ice. And whistle stopping play. And with that buzzer, we have an end of the game. Monsters are victorious. Score 0-7. Monsters winning with a shutout for our goalie, 32, Scarlett Gerster. This will be her third shutout of the season. Powerful play by both teams on this one. I know that the Goldrush weren't able to make it on the board, but they played strong and well. We wish them the best of luck for the rest of the tournament, as well as the Monsters. This will bring the Monsters record for the Tinseltown tournament, 3 wins, 0 losses, and will advance them hopefully to the championship game tomorrow. It is not known yet who they will be playing, but they will be playing the championship game, hoping for a medal at the end of it. Will it be gold? Will it be silver? We don't know, but we look forward to seeing. And with that, this brings us to the end of our broadcast. If you are watching from the Monsters, remember, like, subscribe so you can see future games and get notifications. If you're here from the Goldrush, I hope you've enjoyed this broadcast. Please like, subscribe if you want to see us when we meet again for better notification. And most importantly, leave a comment. Tell me if you enjoyed it and anything I can do better. We will be playing tomorrow. We do not have a scheduled time, so pay attention to YouTube for announcements. Outside of that, good luck and good night.